Hello everyone, and welcome to another most exciting game from round 9 of the Gibraltar Tradewise Chess Festival. Here we have Russian Grandmaster Valentina Gunina against Nigel Short, the legend. And you've already seen one game from the Gibraltar Chess Festival by Valentina Gunina. That game she played against Hikaru Nakamura. I also made a video about it. It took Nakamura 135 moves to win that game. He gave up his queen for 2 rooks, and it wasn't a winning position, but in the end he managed to win. So definitely struggled with her. And okay, the title of this video might seem a bit harsh, but it's something Nigel Short said, and it's something that's gonna be following Nigel for the rest of his life. And when you say something like that, you don't want to go around, playing tournaments and losing against women. That's definitely something you don't want to do. I don't want to forget. Here is something I found in the database. Here is Nigel Short's lifetime record against Judith Polgar. So in classical games, Judith Polgar beat Nigel Short 6-3 with 5 draws. Somewhere I saw it was 8-3, but this is the classical. I mean, this is the chess database, the original one. So I think 6-3 is the correct one with 5 draws. And if you're looking at rapid and exhibition games, Judith beat Nigel 6-0. So that's quite a result, and I really don't see how Nigel could have said something like that. But let's get back to this game. In the description below, you will see a link following to the article that will tell you something more about this whole idea Nigel had about women not being able to play chess. Do check it out. I was gonna do a video about this game as soon as I saw it, but it was Goran Radic actually who sent me this article, so thank you for that. So all of you can enjoy it. And also there will be a link in the description below where you can check out an interview with Valentina Gunina after this game. Do check it out, as she's happy out of this world. So let's see this game. We have e4 by Gunina and knight to f6. Short goes for the Alechin defense. And Gunina said in an interview that she was preparing for the French, but Short had the black pieces and he obviously wanted to win, so he tried to surprise her with the Alechin. We have e5, knight to d5, d4, d6, and now not going for c4, but actually going for knight to f3. This is also my favorite variation to play with the white against the Alechin. And as we're already in this variation, I would just like to show one neat little trick you can use in your bullet games. For example, if black continues with knight to c6, you can use bishop to c4, and after the bishop is attacked, you can play bishop captures on f7. King captures, knight to g5, this is with check, king goes to g8, and now you play queen to f3. You threaten checkmate on f7. Here black will stop this, and now you push e6. And in this position, whether you're playing bullet or maybe even blitz, a lot of players will push h6. And if this happens, you can achieve a very easy victory with queen to f7. Black has no choice, the knight is covering h7, he has to capture, and now pawn captures on f7, and this is checkmate. So this is one of my favorite tricks to use in the Alechin. If it's not a serious game, of course, don't play this if it's a serious game. In the game, Nigel didn't go for knight c6, he played the g6. We have bishop to e2, bishop to g7, c4 now, kicking the knight, knight b6, and e captures on d6. C captures on d6, and we have castles by both sides. And bishop to g5, not allowing black to play any e6 or maybe e5 ideas. We have knight to c6 now, h3, we have bishop to f5, knight to c3, and now h6. Bishop to e3, we have d5, now c5 comes, kicking the knight, knight c4, attacking the bishop on e3, and also the pawn on b2. So bishop to c1, b6, and here we have b3, attacking that knight. And here Nigel played a very interesting move, b captures on c5. He decided to sacrifice the knight on c4. We have b captures on c4, and now we have c captures on d4. Now Nigel is attacking the knight on c3. And here you do have a couple of options. Let's try knight b5. If you play knight b5, this doesn't really work because of d3. This kind of locks your bishop in. Also, it allows this bishop to capture the rook on a1. And after you play bishop captures and bishop captures, now both of your rooks are attacked from the bishops. So after queen captures the light square bishop, bishop captures rook, and now bishop captures on h6, attacking the rook and opening up a discovered attack from the rook to the bishop. And here you want to play bishop to g7, but this isn't actually the best move. If bishop to g7, then bishop captures, king captures, and after c captures on d5, knight has to move somewhere, and then you have all sorts of queen to c3 ideas, followed by h4, h5, knight g5 is coming. So this would be okay, but it's hard to say if white can really do something here. So better after bishop captures on h6 would be bishop to f6 actually. And now after you capture the rook and king captures, queen captures, and pawn captures, you have this knight to b4 move, and Nigel would be winning back one pawn. The material would be equal, but Nigel would have a bishop for a knight, and after white probably gets rid of this pawn, Nigel will have the passed a pawn. So it will be a better position for black in the end. So after this c captures on d4 move, knight captures on d5 was played. And here you have e6. This is the best move. After knight captures on d5, now d3 isn't the best idea. Because now the same variation, bishop captures, queen captures, bishop captures, and bishop captures on h6. Now you have bishop to g7, and after bishop captures and king captures, you have queen to c3 check, and now you'd have to ruin your pawn structure probably by going f6, and white will be better here. If you go something like king h7, king h8, then again h4, h5, knight g5 are all ideas working in white's favor. So after this knight to d5 move, e6 was played. And what do you do here? That's a question. I mean, your knight is attacked here. Let's say you want to defend it. You can't really bring it to b4. The knight is guarding that square. c3 is covered by the pawn. e3 is also covered by the pawn. So let's say knight to f4. Here now you get d3. And now after bishop captures and bishop captures, knight captures, bishop captures rook, and after bishop captures on h6, bishop goes back to g7. Now bishop captures, king captures, and after queen to a1 check, let's say queen to f6, blocking the check, and Nigel keeps the exchange. So much better position for black, probably winning. So a lot of things to consider here, and always you have to calculate this exact same variation after every move. So after e6, Gunina goes for bishop to a3, now attacking Nigel's rook on f8. So here definitely a critical moment in the game. What Nigel should have gone for is rook to e8, simply getting the rook out of the way. The knight on d5 is still attacked, but after knight to f4, now you don't push d3 immediately, but you have this e5 move. And after you kick away the knight, let's say knight d5, now push d3. And after bishop captures, now comes e4, attacking the bishop and knight. And after bishop moves, you simply capture it. Bishop captures, protect the knight on c6, getting the rook out of a8, and a much better position for black. So after this bishop to a3 move, Nigel didn't go for rook to e8. He decided to play e captures on d5. Bishop captures on f8, king captures on f8, and now c captures on d5, attacking Nigel's knight on c6. Queen captures on d5, and here we have bishop to d3. Knight to b4 with a double attack on the bishop on d3. Bishop captures, queen captures, and rook to b1. We have knight to d3, rook to b7, king goes to g8, and we have queen to b1, with ideas of rook to b8 at some point. Queen to d5, we have rook to b5 attacking the queen, queen c4, and rook to d1, now with a double attack on the knight here. And here your only move probably is to play something like a6, but even this doesn't work for black. After rook checks, rook captures, queen captures, and king h7, simply queen back to b3, again with a double attack on the knight. You have to trade queens here, and after queen captures and pawn captures, you have to move the knight, and now knight probably captures on d4, protecting the b3 pawn. You rub the exchange and you're winning this game. So Nigel saw this, and he decided that rook a6 is just a losing move, but it will take some more time. And he played knight to f4. He got his knight out of the way, but he missed an even greater threat. Here Gunina played rook to b8 check, and in this position Nigel Short resigned the game. Why did Nigel resign the game? Well, if you haven't seen the game, feel free to pause the video and find why Nigel resigned. It's not difficult, but you know, in positions like this you want to find it for yourselves. So those of you who found it, congratulations, and those of you who maybe haven't, if you move the king to h7, you simply lose the rook on a8, so that's pretty terrible. And if you capture it, then comes queen captures on b8, this is with check, and after you move the king, notice that the queen is now attacking the undefended knight on f4. So king moves and queen captures on f4, now Gunina would be up a whole rook, and this is quite resignable. There's no point in continuing a game like this. So yeah, that's the game. I do hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, after rook to b8, Short resigned the game, and Gunina won this great victory against Nigel Short. Also, it took her almost, she got a draw against Hikaru Nakamura, so quite a tournament for her, and quite a success. Congratulations to Valentina. And you know, you don't want to say things like women can't play chess and then go around playing moves like this, and you know, it's just terrible for Nigel. So yeah, like I said, do check out the interview with Valentina Gunina. You know, it's very rare that you will see such a happy person. It doesn't matter who you beat, but you know, it's just refreshing to see such a happy person. So yeah, that's the game. I do hope you enjoyed it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon, probably with a game that will decide the winner of the TradeWise Gibraltar Chess Festival. But also, I think there will be a tie, so there will probably be tie breaks. So yeah, thank you all, and I'll see you soon.